Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. First of all, I apologize that I have not uploaded in 3 weeks, I believe. Life just got busy. I've been working very hard on my thesis this semester and my grad school applications, and I went to California and I got sick and just a lot of things have been happening. So YouTube unfortunately kind of got down to the bottom of my priority list. But that is all relevant for what I want to talk about in today's adulting episode. Because this video is going to be all about time management, because I know a lot of times when people will have like big life transitions, especially, when they go off to college or if you're starting a 9-to-5 job or something like that, you have to kind of learn a whole new method of managing your time. And I'm not an expert or anything, but I am in my 4th year of college now, and I feel like I've had a good amount of experience trying to balance school and life and work and YouTube and extracurriculars and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you guys some of my tips and skills to have better time management. Number 1 is to prioritize. Basically, you need to understand the difference between things that are urgent and have to get done right now, things that are important and will get done after that, and things that are not so important and are possibly distracting you from getting the more important things done. So maybe something that's like urgent that you have to get done right now is you have to pack up your stuff and leave to go catch the bus or something simple like that. So obviously that's going to be at the top of your priority list and you're going to get that done first and then think about the next things. Important things that fall under that would be like, assignments and papers that you have due. Maybe you have things for work, maybe you need to go grocery shopping because you have no food. Those are all going to come next on your priority list, and you will also kind of need to then sort all of those out and prioritize those. And less important things may be like scrolling through social media. You may feel like that's a very important thing at the moment and that you want to be watching this YouTube video right now. And you may currently be deep in the realm of YouTube and you keep watching all the recommended videos on the side. Other less important things may be like extracurriculars or things like that. For me, for the last few weeks, it happened to be YouTube. Sorry, that got put at the bottom of my list. But I had to prioritize kind of everything else in my life and all of my schoolwork. So once you start to prioritize things in level of importance, you can then start to create a to-do list. And I cannot stress enough how important I think to-do lists are. I use them all the time, every day. I constantly have a to-do list on my phone, on my computer, written down on a notepad, and I make physical little boxes that I then go and check off, because that feels so rewarding to actually get something done. And your to-do lists can be long-term, short-term, whatever. You can have multiple to-do lists, I know I do. You can have a to-do list of things you need to get done today, and this week, and this month, etc. And you can also have different to-do lists for different things. So like you could have one for school, and then you could have one like your list of grocery shopping, and you could have one for work. And all of this kind of also goes with my next tip, which is planning ahead of time. I find planners very helpful to do this. Obviously, they're called a planner. I have a planner calendar thing that I keep with me all the time, and I write down everything I need to do in there. And I have a whole 1-month plan where I can write out big things for the entire month, and then it goes down into weeks, and that goes down into separate things of every day. So usually the week before, like the Saturday or Sunday before a week, I look at everything that I need to get done that week, and I might prioritize by, this thing is due on Monday, so I need to get that done, but I also have a test on Friday, so I should start studying a little bit now and creating some note cards or whatever. And it may also be helpful for you to kind of plan a deadline out before the actual deadline. For example, if you have a really big paper or project or something due, then it's good to create mini deadlines for yourself. Then you can get each of those little things done and check them off as you go, and you won't get super overwhelmed at the end. It may also be beneficial to you to actually tell yourself to get something done the day before it's due. And that way, if something happens, then you have a little bit of leeway. And if you just really can't figure it out and you're gonna have to email the professor or something, then you have the time to do that. Next, something that is very important is to block out your distractions. For me, a big distraction is my phone. I have it right here. It's distracting me right now because it's giving me notifications. Oftentimes I have an email or something pop up. I've already had one pop up while I was filming this video. And oftentimes when an email or something pops up, I need to check it right then. So then I start getting on my phone and I check the email, but then I have my phone in my hands and then I start scrolling through Facebook and it's just bad. So I highly recommend that you turn your phone on airplane mode or do not disturb or something and literally put it across the room. I actually do that a lot. I like throw it over to my bed while I'm at my desk and then I can focus a lot better. I know there's also apps and stuff that can kind of monitor your like social media use or how much you watch YouTube. I know you can actually go into the YouTube app and see how much time you've spent watching YouTube videos that day. I should probably pay attention to that a little bit more and maybe stop watching so much. But if you need that to help you become more aware of your time and structure it a little bit better, then you can totally do that. Now the next two tips that I have are things that I'm currently trying to work on myself because I'm pretty bad at them, but I'm trying. One of them is just don't strive for perfection all the time. That can be very time consuming and just stress yourself out when something isn't perfect. So sometimes you need to just half-ass an assignment and turn it in and move on to something else, especially if it's one of those like busy work assignments that is not really that important to you. Don't take this as me telling you to not do your work, but just don't feel like you have to do everything perfect all the time. Because again, you need to prioritize when you have so many different things going on. And the other thing is learning to say no. If you say yes to everything, then so many things pile up. Again, I'm so bad at this because I hate letting people down or anything like that. So I end up just like saying yes to everything and then I'm overwhelmed. So just take care of yourself. You know what you're capable of. Don't say yes to things that you won't be able to actually accomplish. And even if you did think you had the time to do something, you can still say no because maybe you just need your me time. You need an hour or two in the day to just chill. And opportunities are great and everything, and you should definitely say yes to some of them, but you just can't say yes to all of them. Next, I think it's important to not procrastinate. I've kind of touched on this a little bit throughout this video already, but procrastinating can be your worst enemy. Try to have kind of a work then play mentality. So try to get everything you can done, try to get them done in the morning, you're going to feel very accomplished, and then in the evening you might take some time off. Or again, if you have a big assignment due on, let's say, Friday or something of that week, try to get little sections done like every day leading up to it, so that you're not super stressed and overwhelmed at the end. And set those mini goals for yourself. And all of this seems like overwhelming, like maybe you have a ton to get done and you just don't know how it's going to happen, but I think that something else that is also very important is to look back on what you have accomplished. That's when to-do lists come in handy for me because I can look at the things I've checked off and I don't have to keep being focused on the future. I can say, hey, stop and look and see what you've gotten done so far. You've done this, this, and this. That's great. Good for you. Time to take a little break. Because breaks are also very important. I tried to schedule in kind of little breaks throughout my day. Otherwise, I get too overwhelmed and too busy and too burnt out. Like there was one day where currently I'm big in data collection in my thesis, so I'm running a bunch of participants in my study, and each participant takes me an hour to run, and I did 6 back-to-back, and I quickly realized that I didn't have any time to eat or go to the bathroom or anything like that because I have to be there the entire time and I'm doing things the entire time. So I can let you know that I've never done that again, and I've learned more about myself and what I can do and to not do that, and so I do schedule little breaks, even a little break for lunch or something like that, just to chill for 30 minutes, an hour between all of the other activities that I have going on. I also really like to take breaks at night before I go to bed, so pretty much at 9 p.m. every night, I know, I'm grandma, but at 9 p.m. I tell myself, okay, I'm done working, everything else can wait until tomorrow, I need to get my sleep, which is very important. Every evening I try to spend at least a little bit of time doing something I enjoy, whether it be reading my book or playing my ukulele. And one last kind of big overarching tip I have is that it just takes practice and the building of habits and finding what works best for you and building those strong habits and routines that are going to help you stay on top of things and get things done at a certain time. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that you learned something from this video. Subscribe if you want to stick around, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!